Hey, Kristin.
Hey, Kevin.
Hold on. I gotta take care of that bald head.
Don't let that burn, baby. Don't let that burn.
You know what they say? It's beginning to look a lot like skin cancer.
It's been a long, exhausting day. Your troubles just won't go away. One thing that gets you through these is watching cheesy holiday movies. You think that you're above them, but you know that you love them. So get ready to listen. Now here comes Kevin and Kristin. Oh yeah.
Hey, welcome to Remark. It's Christmas in July. I am your host, Kristen Finger.
And I am your host, Kevin Reagan.
Hmm.
And we watched Crashing Through the Snow. Kristin, Hallmark tried to pull a fast one on us.
Kevin, we didn't know until 3 days ago that this movie was happening.
Yeah, and I forgot on Saturday, so I missed the first 15 minutes, which you're going to have to cover that, and I'm just going to shake my head this way or this way.
I'll catch you up.
I'm sure you will. I'm sure I'll be totally lost. But let me give, for anybody listening or watching, let me give you a quick synopsis of what Crashing All the Way is.
Crashing through the snow. Crashing through the snow.
What did I say? Just crashing?
You said crashing all the way, which is what I did when I tried to look for it.
Oh, I love it.
On my TV, and it was like, jingle all the way, and I was like, no!
Did I tell you crashing all the way? Maybe I said that, and that's why you're like, can't find it.
Can't find it.
Crashing Through the Snow, of course. I thought maybe I said crashing, which is hilarious. If you watched the movie Crashing, you watched the wrong movie. If you watched the movie Crash, you also watched the wrong movie.
Very different. Also, if you love the Dave Matthews Band, you may like the song Crash Into Me.
Oh, yeah. But in this version of Crashing Through the Snow, I almost said it wrong again, Maggie and her ex-husband Jeff have always been friends first. When Jeff's new girlfriend Kate spontaneously invites Maggie along to their Christmas getaway in Aspen, she jumps at the chance to spend a Yuletide holiday away with her two daughters. Although Maggie feels like a third wheel crashing their Christmas, she's not alone as Kate's hapless brother, Sam, shows up unannounced with a plan.
Unannounced.
Description continues. That's what it says. This is from Christmas Specials Wiki, by the way. Support them.
Ooh, that's good.
Always seeming to live in Kate's shadow, Sam, for once, wants to come out ahead, and he convinces Maggie that together they can compete with Kate and make this Christmas the best one ever. Neither of them is adequately prepared for the blended family challenges that lie ahead, or the feelings they develop. For one. And
No.
There we have it.
Listen, that description was just as confusing as I was confused while watching and trying to figure out who was the main characters in this movie.
Yeah, right? Well, I mean, I think, so Amy Acker from Angel fame, if you are a fan of the Whedonverse that Chris and I have talked about Buffy before, we've rated James Marster, still, I believe, the highest rating of any individual on the show. Like, I think higher than Tyler Hines, higher than Tom Hiddleston. Oh, by the way, anybody who's tuning in has never watched a Hallmark movie, but you followed us doing Loki, thank you.
So much. We are appreciative, and now you're like, I'm going to turn this off because they're not talking about Loki.
We might. You never know.
You never know.
Talk about the TVA.
Wow, you have so many drinks. I only have the can of seltzer that I...
This is very similar to Loki. If you notice, I usually have like 3 or 4 different... This actually is coffee. This is a beverage my wife made me, and I usually have a water, which I don't. So when in doubt, I'll just take some of this and do that, and it'll be good. That's a bad idea.
So, Kevin, I have some major problems with this film.
Me too.
And I've watched it twice. I watched it yesterday, and then I did like a watch of it without really fully paying attention, which you never really need to do. But I'll catch you up on the first 15 minutes if you don't mind.
Yeah.
It enters, we open, if you will, on a car pulling into a parking lot with a woman with a terrible singing voice. I just killed a gnat. Sorry.
Nat King Cole in honor of Christmas in July?
Yes. No, she was singing.
No, I meant the gnat that you killed. That's
Nat.
Nat that I
King
meant.
Cole,
Yeah.
No, she's singing the like.
Now, wait. Who is it that was singing? Was that Amy Acker or was that? Okay.
Yeah. The mom, Maggie. So she's in the car with her eldest daughter, and we learn right off the bat that the only thing that this teenage daughter wants is her ears pierced.
That's it, man. That's it. Doesn't want her parents to get back together?
No, she don't care. She doesn't care
want
about guys, girls, nothing. I need my ears pierced. Okay. You know, it's like this weird tradition in the Connor family that they have to wait until they're 13 years old to get it done.
Yeah.
So that's like, hopefully that's not useless. It kind of, whatever. So then they go
huge plot point. Huge plot point. Maybe, dare I say, the only plot point?
Maybe. I think there were about 30 plot points.
Oh, yeah.
So they go to the concert of the youngest one. And that's where like we learn that the mom is separated from the dad and the dad's new girlfriend's going to come to the concert. But here's something interesting. Kevin, they literally say, like once the new girlfriend comes in with the ex-husband, a friend of the mom's is like, oh, is that his new girlfriend?
Right.
Spoiler alert, he proposes to her at the end of the movie.
Yeah.
So that's his new girlfriend. I was like,
yeah, look, listen, here's the thing. Looking at both of these ladies, and I know, again, we do not objectify the ladies when we do Hallmark movies. That said, my man Jeff, hitting way out of his league.
Yeah.
Both ladies, his wife who he has 2 children with, and his new girlfriend. Jeff's doing okay. He's doing okay. Yeah.
He's doing okay. And I love that actor. He was in a few movies that I've seen where he just plays like the jerky, like quirky guy. And I really liked it. So it was weird to see him actually be genuinely sort of nice. So we learned that Maggie, that this is where she gets invited by Kate to this Aspen getaway, because this would essentially...
Do they ever really establish they're in Austin? So they go from Austin, Texas. I only know that because I read that.
Not really.
Yeah.
No. Okay. I don't think they say it.
Doesn't make a difference. It was all shot in Canada, and that is true. Everything was Canada, so...
So I think only the oldest daughter is like, I love the cinnamon buns in Austin. And that's like only another reference, which I don't think...
Another plot point.
But so she obviously flies with her children. And then we learn that Kate's family is wealthy AF.
Yeah, that's right. They're just spending it. What is up?
They have a driver come to the airport, which I don't. Here's the thing.
Yeah.
Thanks for giving actors work, Hallmark.
Sure.
I don't think that character was needed at all.
Yeah, that was the character of Hector. And I agree with you because I didn't know who Hector was. I just thought he was... I thought he might be a ghost in the house.
I thought he was... Yeah. I thought he was going to be like...
the room and you'd be like...
He was going to be the love interest. And I was like, okay, here we go. But then he was just a red herring the entire movie.
Yeah, Hector played really no point. And the only real scene that he had, which was kind of nice, was Amy Acker's character, Maggie, is downtrodden and sad. Real big jump to the end because Sam has left. And we'll cover it real quickly. But and Hector says to her, you look like you could use hot cocoa. Which is, again, that's the Hallmark. That's cocaine to Hallmark.
It's the cocaine. Like, it looks like you need some cocaine.
Do you need hot cocoa? And she is awesome, and she says, no, you should
go with your family.
Because it's Christmas Eve, and it's late Christmas Eve. And he's like, oh, good, thank you, because all these assholes are...
Yeah, like, why is he still there? Like, what was he doing? Like, the dad was just in the kitchen before that making leftovers, so clearly everything had already been put away. What was this poor guy doing? He
had 1 cup of cocoa left. And he just was trying to get rid of it. And he's like, Maggie? And she's like, no, I don't want that crap. Get that out of here.
So again, we have to listen to Maggie sing Merry Christmas, Merry Christmas.
2 times?
2 times.
In the first 15 minutes, because I never heard it once in the whole movie.
This is how she meets. You didn't see her meet Sam?
No, nope.
Kevin, you missed. Okay, this is.
Describe it. Yeah.
I'm going to reenact this scene for
Do
you.
you have any action figures? Do you have a Loki nearby and a Mobius, maybe?
Here, okay?
And I apologize for cicadas and airplanes.
This is going to be Maggie.
Okay.
Oh, my God.
Yep.
And so
Captain Marvel.
this will be, Coulson will be,
Okay.
what's to say? So she's,
Him.
this is, the door is, where my door is where the door really is, okay?
Okay.
So she's like in a bathrobe, okay? She just got out of the sauna that's in her room, first of all. Rich AF, okay? Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas.
It's just bathrobe, or does she have her silk PJs on?
No, I think just bathrobe.
Okay.
I think just bathrobe. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Slowly creeps in. Merry Christmas and a happy Scooby-Dooby-Doo. Also, she's singing with a candy cane as her microphone.
Yeah.
And then this is him leaning against the door, and she goes, oh, and he's like, what are you doing in my bathrobe?
Well, all right. First of all, he is not a prospector, so I'm not sure why you use that voice, unless something happened that I really missed. I missed the most important 15 minutes ever.
He was a giant dick in that. And like when you meet him, you're like, ew. He's like, what are you doing in my room?
Yeah.
You're in my bathrobe. That's my sauna. I don't know who you are. And like, he never once says, hi, you're in my room. Who are you? Why are you in my family's home? Yeah. You're definitely not a stranger. You're definitely someone that belongs here.
Yeah, my Santa Claus looking dad, who I can't believe he didn't turn out to be Santa Claus, clearly knows you're here. It was a waste.
Anywho, huge dick.
Well, so listen, Chris, that's so interesting because I read a review and they talked about how they're at odds when they first meet, and
For
even
no-
the reviewer says
For no reason.
that's
For
exactly
no
what the reviewer
reason.
said, and I was like, I think this reviewer's reading into it because again,
No.
I missed the first 15 minutes, and they're kind of fine, but it does show you. I gotta tell you, they pack I'll keep it relatively clean. They pack a lot into these Hallmark movies, and I never realized it because, again, I missed 15 minutes. I figure, well, that's not that big of a deal. I had no idea what her job was. I mean, I sussed it out pretty quickly because...
Oh, we know what her job was.
Right, she's helping him because he's pitching... He's a chef, right? He's a chef in Japan. He's everything. He does it all. But he became a chef in Japan. He comes home... and he's trying to open a restaurant in what was his family's inn before his mother died and his father sold the inn. Which I gotta tell you,
Kevin, just that sentence could have been the movie. But no, don't forget that there's 2 kids. Mm-hmm. There's a new girlfriend. There's a stepmother that's involved. Yeah. There's so much. But so here's something I will make a statement about. If someone else was perhaps cast in the same role as this guy, I don't think he would have come across as a dick.
Do you think Andrew Walker would have been a better choice?
No.
Yeah, you don't like Andrew Walker. I just wanted to remind you. It's been a while.
No. Because he didn't have that, like, he tried to pull off the Tyler Hines sort of vibe. Couldn't do it. He just became across as a mean guy.
It's funny you say that. Warren Christie is the actor. I like him. And we did see him. He's been in things that we've enjoyed.
I don't hate him. I just think that his line reads, I think I knew what he was trying to do, and it came across too aggressive and not as playful and nonchalant as he.
By the way, he's Bruce Wayne in Batwoman. Just throwing that out for all y'alls.
For those Loki fans that are still watching.
Yeah. Well, no, because we always there is such the Arrowverse is so heavily casted between Hallmark and it's a lot of the same. I think it's because there's so many moving parts.
Well, they film in Canada, both.
Geez, Chris, everything films in Canada is cheaper. But so there was a movie called The Most Wonderful Time of the Year with Henry Winkler, which is an awesome, awesome movie. It makes no sense. It's Henry Winkler rides a plane with Morgan Derby, which is Warren Christie's character, and he basically says, "Oh, come spend Christmas with my family." With my daughter, I think it's at his daughter's house too, who is recently divorced, and it's just like, who does that? Hallmark, that's who does that. But I didn't actually have a problem with Sam. having missed the first 15 minutes.
There you go. You met him when he was trying to help her.
Yes,
But
exactly.
then also
Yeah.
there is subplot F of the plot in which Sam has a weird like thing where his sister is perfect and he's not, and so there's that happening.
Yeah.
So because when we first meet Sam, he's not nice, and then he goes out and bothers her by the fire, and he's not nice again. But he's like, "Oh, I hear that you're a graphic designer. Can I use you? Can you? Here's something, okay?
Kristin's a graphic designer.
Thank you for saying that. I am a graphic designer.
Or hire.
If
Chris, give your link. You
can go to kristinfinger.com. Thanks so much.
Mhm.
So the thing is, being a graphic designer, I do not want to get hired for a job on my vacation, my Christmas vacation. Do not approach me on my vacation to do something for you that he never talked price. He never talked budget.
Yeah.
He also was like, I need this tomorrow.
Yeah.
Like, come on. Anyway, he also at some point,
He's rich.
like,
Kristin, it's important to note he is rich. This is what rich people are used to, you know?
right.
A,
But
not paying, and B,
I
need it now.
I think you met Sam when he was like trying to actually like help her.
Yeah.
We met him and we were like, why are you being mean? And then it was like, then when he started kind of being nice, we were like, why? And then he was like in love with her. And I was like, I still don't understand.
So this is interesting then to me. What are your feelings towards his sister, Kate, then? Sam's sister.
I'm confused on that as well.
Okay.
Because again, I didn't care for her at first.
I didn't.
Right? I was like, okay, lady, calm down.
Yes.
You just invited the mother of these children of the man you're sleeping with, same sperm. And like, I don't.
So I don't want to interrupt, but I need to right here because you just said that. And I got to say, we talked about this last year. We talked to Jay Black. We talked to our good friend Lauren Pritchett. We talked to Will Rubio. So we kind of understand how these movies are made. And a lot of times, Will told us his movie was being made specifically for Hallmark. I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Jay told us when they were making the movie initially, it was almost for sale. So they weren't making it specifically for Hallmark. And then there were things that obviously had to be altered and cut out and changed. This did not feel like a Hallmark movie to me. It felt because there was a lot of sex talk and not veiled at all. Like, it was really interesting because there was a scene in which Jeff and Kate, like, Jeff is going to make Kate's dad a scotch, which you don't make a scotch. You just pour a scotch and you're done. Yeah. And then she talks about giving the Gettysburg Address at her like high school or something like that. And he goes, ooh, you're going to give me that Gettysburg Address later? Give me some of that Lincoln? And I'm like, I don't know what's happening. I don't know what's happening. It is messing. It's weird. This is very weird.
I couldn't believe they left that in.
Yeah.
Like, and I might have to go back into the super duper Hallmark fan groups and be like, I want to see if they are hating on this movie.
Oh, I'm sure. Well, so I don't remember if we ever talked about this on Remark or just you and I talked about it, but Chris and I reviewed a Tyler Hynes film, I think for Valentine's Day, and it was removed from one of the Hallmark groups because, Chris, what was it? A little too
spicy. It was a little too spicy. I got the sweetest little message from the admin, who is at least 76 years old.
Yeah.
And
she's the youngest member other than Kristin.
Yeah. And they said to me, I love your little show. It's really sweet, especially all the lovely things you're saying about Tyler, but it's just a bit too spicy.
Yeah. We got real sexy on that one. So there is more, though, because Sam and Maggie, there's, we see Maggie in her pajamas or silk pajamas, whatever, no big deal. But there is a real weird sexual, not even chemistry.
Thank you for bringing that up. Okay, so she assumes that Sam is coming. So she's in this
stupid
robe again. And then she takes off. And what you assume would be like, I don't know, something like sexy.
It's exactly what Tim Allen wore in the Santa Claus.
Yes, it's just a red full piece silk set of pajamas, but not even silk. They're like the like Sears brand.
Yeah, knockoff silk. Yeah.
So she opens those double doors thinking, look at me in my full pajama set. And she's like, oh my God. And then grabbed the robe and put the robe immediately on. And he was like, oh, were you expecting someone else? So clearly this was like, these are her sexy pajamas, because the ex-husband is like, oh, she's got her sexy pajamas on.
Yeah.
Which I don't fault her. My sexy pajamas don't exist. I literally wear a t-shirt and underwear to bed, and that's it.
and not in the right order. So
no, I wear my underwear on my head.
So I will say this, like, overall, I was not really a fan of the movie. I love Amy Ackert. She's adorable. She's awesome. I've loved her in everything. I appreciated the there's an airplane. Can you hear that?
I have a guy riding a scooter, so it's just
a lot of transportation. Yeah, we now do this program for the DOT, and so a modern look to a family. You know, a divorced couple who are able to raise their kids together. Not even like, you know, you have I'm having this. It's very. I don't want to say it's modern, because that sounds weird. I don't want to say it's not traditional, because it kind of there kind of is no such thing as tradition anymore, which is kind of where we should be. It took us a long time to get here, but I appreciated that. I really did. I was like, this is kind of cool. Everything else I was so annoyed by. I was annoyed by the fact that Jeff, and I get, like, they're divorced, so you can be like, well, no, we know why they're divorced, but Maggie specifically says, we really were just friends. Well, they do have 2 kids, so they were friends literally with benefits with an ex.
He loved those pajamas.
Yeah, he was a big fan.
He loved them twice. He loved those pajamas twice.
2 times. And, but, like, so, you know, Maggie breaks that tradition that Kristen was talking about with the earrings and says to Jeff, I want to take our daughter out to get her ears pierced. Yeah. Jeff's like, great. No, she doesn't say that. She says, I want to,
I want to let her.
Let her. We don't have to wait till she's 13. We should let her. He goes, great. So then he and Kate immediately run out and get her ears pierced. And Maggie is, in my opinion, rightfully pissed. Because it's like, dude, really? Like, clearly that was her idea. And, like,
the moment, because you know that was Kate's idea. You know that he said, oh, your mom mentioned to me that, you know, maybe the daughter mentioned, I still want to get my ears pierced. And the dad was probably like, oh, well, your mom and I talked about it and we can do it. And Kate was like, let's go do it now. Yeah. Like, and the dad should have had the, like, know-how to be like, okay, no, Kate, that's something that her mom
or just talk to his ex, and be like, hey,
we're gonna go do this. I just don't.
Do you want to come or whatever? You know, you're already spending the Christmas together, so that annoyed me. What I really liked, and it's why, again, having not had that first 15 minutes of Sam, I came from a totally different. Talk about how first impressions, right? My first impression of Sam was pretty positive. You know, he was a pretty good dude all around. I came in right after the first commercial break, so that if that...
I'm trying to remember then when you met Sam, but
they were already, you know, knew each other, you know?
Yeah.
And I'm trying to remember if Sam, because I think he only had one conversation with his dad that I saw in the whole movie, which I do want to get to in a minute. But, so Sam's sister Kate has all this stuff planned, and obviously she's a big planner, so... And Sam says, hey, I want to take you and the kids out to Maggie. He wakes her up at like 6 a.m. I want to take you out. And she's like, oh, we can't because, and which is cool because even at the ear piercing thing, Kate
like,
or Maggie,
she's like, Kate has this itinerary.
I don't want 10 o'clock and I don't want to interfere. And he goes, we'll be back with plenty of time. And I'm thinking, how's that? But she says, if you can get the kids up, open the door. Of course, the kids are ready to go. And I'm thinking, well, what's it going to be? Because Kate's got silly stuff planned, like, let's build a snowman, let's make a cake, let's whatever. He takes them in a damn helicopter onto a mountain. Yeah, of course. Yeah. Onto a mountain to cut down a tree because, you know, the family, and that was something I didn't have either. I sussed that out, that the family doesn't decorate their trees. People come in. Hector might be in charge of it. People come in.
No, it's the mom. It's the stepmom. That's plot R, is the stepmom. It's so ridiculous. Yeah. You know what I think? I think they had 3 half ideas, and they said, you know what?
Let's do them all.
Put them all in. You guys, let's put them all in.
Yeah. So I closed my window, so I apologize. I know her name's Tamar, I believe. Tamar, and I can't remember her last name. Her last name is
Laddy.
Great work, great. But this is the first Hallmark movie she's done, and she even said in an interview that she prefers the Netflix holiday movies. And I thought, oh man, you're not getting asked back to Hallmark anytime soon.
Yeah.
But she's a writer. You know, she's worked on Little Liar. What's it called? Dirty Little Liar?
Big Little Lies?
No, not HBO. The one on ABC.
Oh,
Family.
Pretty Little Liars?
Pretty Little Liars. Yes, she's done that. She's done like some, which I never even knew existed, like this General Hospital After Dark thing. So like she's a writer, but she'd never written a Hallmark movie before. And my biggest complaint about this was
Kevin, she still hasn't. That wasn't all.
right. My biggest complaint was that the women were so bad, horribly written. I just assumed a woman wrote this.
I wrote this and I said, it literally says, I am exhausted with seeing women be scared and incapable of doing things.
And constantly butting heads. Like it's and in this one, every woman is against each other because there's even the stepmother to Kate. So like there is no, other than the kids, who are used as pawns, basically. There are
Those poor kids. Yeah. Well, first of all, she couldn't ski, and then she couldn't skate, and she's afraid of heights. And then he's like, "You want to play racquetball?" And she's like, Like, come on. I'm offended as a female-identifying human being and a graphic designer that this woman could not do these things.
Ski? Kristin, can you ski?
Yes. Mm-hmm. I can ice skate. Can I do those things well, like Olympics? No.
You can. Olympians.
Here's something. Wait a minute, Kevin. Here's something. I'm gonna.
I like that we said this was going to be 15 minutes.
No, I knew it wasn't. I booked 3 hours.
I am not editing anything.
Oh my God, Tyler Hines should have had this role. He should have all of them. But the first, oh my God, when he arrives at that party after she had just learned that her daughter got her ears pierced, and he comes over and just grabs the drink out of her hand, I would have smacked him. Yeah. You don't take anyone's drink or anything out of any woman's hand that you are attempting to court, or just ever. Like if I'm standing here and you walked over to me and you're like, that drink would be all over you.
What was it that what was she supposed to be doing the next day? There was something she was doing.
It's the event. He's like, oh, you guys, because he tried to be nice, but again, it's not Tyler Hines, so it didn't work. So he was like, oh, there's the reindeer games tomorrow. It's this and that. You can't be, instead of just being like, you shouldn't drink, he grabbed it, and then she took it back, which, okay, if you grab something as like a bit and then someone grabs it back, over.
And they do the take back.
And then he grabs it again.
Well, he's an alcoholic. He was an alcoholic and he wanted that drink.
He is, what do you call that when dominating? He is he thinks, I don't like him. I can't
wait to get to the part that's coming up. But so I also, real quickly, the reindeer games, I said sus too many times, so I got
Ben Affleck wasn't in it, just to clear that up.
No, different reindeer games. But so we had ice skating, right? We had some ice skating.
Every obstacle was on the ice.
Carrying
it was like taking a tree, putting rings.
Ring toss with a wreath, and then a slap shot, which is kind of was like did not make sense.
Who was the goalie?
Santa Claus, of course. Of course. And he was soft. He gave up the 5-hole. Gave up the 5-hole to Illyria.
I mean, she wasn't. That was pretty sad. But like,
you know what, Chris? Hold on. As you're getting really, really worked up, I think that people tune in. They need to see it. They need to hear it. I think it's time for a little bit of Kristin's Hallmark Holiday hunk objectification. And there's some objectification. I forget the actor's name. What was his name?
Chris Warren? Chrissy Warren? Mm-hmm. Chris Warren Beatty? Kevin, it honestly doesn't matter, because what we're going to do is we are going to objectify the male leading role in this film, the character of Sam. We will not be objectifying Jeff. So we're going to be objectifying Sam. Now, we base this 1 out of 10 mistletoes.
Hold on. Whoa. Calm down. This is Christmas in July. Yeah.
1 out of 10 margaritas?
Oh, I was going to say Lay's, but we can do margaritas.
1 out of 10 Lay's and margaritas. We usually like to rate off of what this person looks like, how they fit a pair of pants. Do they look good in a white fitted shirt? And sometimes characterization. In this case, I will be tapping into that.
Okay.
So, Kevin, what do you rate Sam? 1 out of 10 Lays of margarita.
Yes. So, Kristin, I have to tell you, those first 15 minutes being eliminated for me, I have a wildly different opinion of this guy. I really do. I definitely agree what you're saying about the drink, but I took it as he was protecting her, like he was looking out for her, and I'm with you. I'm with you. Like there's a better way to have done that.
Yeah.
So he's gonna lose a margarita and 2 Lays on that. So that's gonna bring him right down to a 7. I'm not saying he has that as a 7.
Yeah.
I really dug that I don't quite understand why he left. There's a scene that comes in, and we may knock that out now, but also we encountered this last year when we watched so many movies, I don't remember which one, but there was a father who sucked. And we said that. And this father I know there was the father in the movie with the first time we ever saw somebody die. What was that one, Chris? Do you remember?
Christmas at the crack house.
At the morgue. Yeah. It was this. It was. There it is. Yeah.
I thought you weren't editing this.
I know. God damn it. So, the dad in that one was awful until the very end. But there was another dad, and I think that was the Christmas ring, I want to say.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
just not supportive.
No.
Didn't believe in any of his children. Was like, don't do this. This isn't your career.
Yeah. So this dad says to Sam, because Sam and Maggie have sparks, and he even says that, he says, obviously you guys have some chemistry, but there are 2 kids whose lives are at stake here. And I kind of can appreciate that on one level and be like, okay, he's right, because if the 2 of them get together, if Maggie and Sam get together and it does not work out, Jeff and Kate, Sam's sister, are getting married. So these kids are going to have Sam and obviously their mother Maggie in their lives, and it will be very weird and awkward. So I can understand that. However, and I'm not saying this father shouldn't have remarried. Of course he should. His wife died. He ended up remarrying. But it sounded like, they sold the Honeysuckle Inn or whatever the hell it was called. There was a lot that the father did that I didn't like. So that conversation he had with his son, I was like, I can't say what I thought because we keep it a little PG here, PG-13. But there was an F and there was a U in there. I was not happy. So that also won Sam back for me. So I'm really only going to take off the 7 or the 3 points I had said. I'm going to give Sam a 7. Wow, that was a long way to go to get here.
It was a lot longer than I'm going to go.
1. So, Kristin's 1.
No. I didn't hate him as much as the guy from the Italy one. So the I hate that guy, and I hate the guy from the wedding one, the Christmas tree one. So here's something interesting. This person is attractive.
Yeah.
The thing that I found very strange, and again, didn't like. Okay, they're at that pool on Christmas Eve.
They're both right. Another sexy moment.
A very sexy moment, but they do not show him take off his robe. They just show him in the water. But then they fully show her take off hers, and she's in this stunning bathing suit. FYI, I might Google where she got that.
Yeah.
But they didn't show the dude.
No, and Chris, can I tell you that when I watched it, my HD went to standard def when she took and I was like, Man, I thought that was a Hallmark thing. It was so weird because he got real pixelated, and I was like, I feel like a kid all over again watching.
We saw a little chest hair, and something I appreciated about it was there was some gray in his chest hair, and he had some frostedness in his beard as well.
Yeah.
So those are getting lots of margaritas. But what's knocking down the lays is how much of a jerk he was for no reason.
First 15 minutes.
And that he removed something from her hand as if he had any privilege to do that after knowing her for 2 days.
Yeah.
And I will give him, however, another margarita.
Okay.
For looking very nice in a crisp white fitted shirt at the bottom of those stairs in the last bit of it. And I was like, okay, but you know who would have looked better? You know?
Oh, yep.
His platform keeps falling off of his feet. I have to re-glue him.
You know how expensive that goddamn thing was.
So I'm giving him a 6.
Okay, that's admirable.
It's not as bad as you'd assume, but I mean, like, I just don't think they wrote that character properly. Plus, he didn't do the lines in a charming enough way.
Chris, I still feel like if we were roles reversed, you and I, and you missed those first,
I might like him.
Yeah, I think he would be just south of Ian Bailey for you. I'm not kidding. I really do.
Whoa!
And I think.
Yeah, no, I actually believe you because maybe I'll watch it again and just start it. No, because I know him.
First 15, yeah, and even that taking the drink thing, because again, now this is again me a white cis male right here. Like I'm not commenting on that. So your feelings are valid and like 100% so. But at the same time, I wonder if you would have looked at that more playfully had you not seen those 15 minutes where you're like,
I totally would have. But because he approached her as such he took high status immediately and bumped her like, who the heck are you?
Yeah.
And then even when he was trying to help her, remained in high status. So when he was coming in to help her with the drink, I still felt like he was trying to dominate. And it wasn't playful, right? But if it was Ian Bailey or if it was Tyler Hines, they have such a gentler sort of like, I think even the way they would have taken the drink.
It would have been playful.
Would have been playful. He just would have been like, bitch, don't take my drink.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was if someone takes champagne out of my hand, you're done.
Would Paul Campbell could have taken that very politely.
He could have taken it. He could have taken anything out of my hands, and I don't care.
I love it.
Very, very high standards.
It's July. Merry Christmas in 6 months or 6 months ago. However,
it's 21 weeks till Christmas.
So get that shopping done. Kristin, this movie, it does end up playing again in the if previous years are any kind of indication. People, should they watch it? Should they skip it? What do you think?
I would skip it.
Would you?
I think I would because it's not a Hallmark movie. If you really like Hallmark movies, this one is not that. There is. I didn't feel as though there was like the skeleton to it. I thought there was way too many plot points for someone that just wants to sit down and watch a big town girl go to a little city. So I don't know if it's going to be their jam, but if you do like the Netflix ones, which are a little bit more complicated and whatever, do it up, But again, I didn't think it was, 5 stars or anything like that. I did watch it like yesterday and I watched it again today. And it wasn't like we've watched worse.
Yeah, we have
watched worse.
And also, this is a good time to point out. I don't know what's happening to my Santa Claus. He looks like
he's on fire.
I don't know what happened there, but I need to weight balance this. I feel like Hallmark has they're not getting with the times, and Chris was able to find this, but. I set my DVR. I had forgotten. Chris and I were talking. This really came out of nowhere for us because, we had done Loki through Disney Plus. We had a really good time, and we've been talking about, well, what are we going to do next? And I was looking just to see, well, has Hallmark announced anything? And just by sheer coincidence, it said new movie 2021. And I was like, well, they don't mean this week. It aired at 5 p.m. Very bizarre.
Yeah. And not again.
No, and not again.
They're not doing it again.
Yeah, so it was very weird. I feel like Hallmark needs to get with the times. This was something that FX had done. FX had been very big on the way they would air something, and then when it was available on demand was way late. It was chaotic and weird, and they eventually adjusted that. I know everyone's got their own app. Hallmark has their own app, which which also is not a very...
The worst app that ever existed.
Yeah, so
for television. Oh my gosh!
It's one of those things that Hallmark get it together. And also the other thing about this movie was it definitely took the step back in its diversity. It was crashing through the lily white snow.
Literally, just all white snow. There was not a single anyone of any sort of other diversity. Like
and Hector, you'd think that Hector would have been maybe a gay character, which I don't believe he was. He wasn't explicitly so, because they when they mentioned his family,
it's just a rich white family.
Yeah.
And even Kevin, you missed it, but I'll go back and double check. But I think even at the school assembly, it was just a bunch of white people. Yeah. There was no even just any other ethnicity or anything at that school either.
Yeah. And there was and what song? What song was she singing?
Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. When I'm singing my Koopa Koopa Doo.
For the Waitresses, which is everyone's favorite Christmas song.
Yeah. But Kevin, it's important to know that don't worry about it. Fall harvest is right around the corner, and Heinze will be in one of those films.
Now, hold on. Do we know that for certain, or did you and I speculate that?
It says it's happening on his IMDb, and I believe the internet.
I just didn't know if it was truly a harvest film. So,
Kevin, should I mention where I'm going in December?
No, because I'm very angry at you, but go ahead.
I'm going to Christmas Con in Edison, New Jersey, and I will be just sprinkling the Remark cheer throughout the convention. And I have paid $60 whole to take a picture with Tyler Hines. I may also up that to another $40 to do a meet and greet of an autograph.
Nice. If I paid for a picture, would you take a picture of me and get a picture with Alicia Witt?
No, I don't want to meet her.
You suck. You're not a friend. You're an acquaintance. That is what you are.
So bad, Kevin.
She's awesome. Unbelievable. There you have it. Kristin, where can people find you?
I'm on the internet. I'm on Instagram, Kristin Katz. I'm on Facebook, my name. And of course, TikTok, where the only videos that are getting over 1,000 views are the ones involving my husband. So I think he's actually the famous one.
Well, yeah, it's John's TikTok. You can find me on Instagram and the Facebook and the Twitter. You can look for Your Hero Kevin, and you will find me there. You can also listen to me on another podcast I do called the Punch Up Podcast that you can find on SoundCloud or YouTube. We were doing video portions of it, but now it's just audio again. And by sheer coincidence, if you're listening to this one this week, our guest happens to be Kristin Finger.
Hey! But also, Kevin, do not forget that if folks watch the show Loki on Disney Plus, please go back and watch our episodes on our YouTube channel, because the amazing folks at Wizard World gave us a delightful platform to be able to remark on every 6 episodes of Loki.
Every 6 episodes. Yeah, and you can find all those episodes are on our YouTube channel, so go check those out. And we will obviously be back doing that again for season 2 and other Marvel properties as they pop up. Real quick, Kristin, 4 words or less, thumbs up, thumbs down, Black Widow. Thoughts?
Thumbs up.
Oh, I thought you were about to flip it. I was going to say, what? I enjoyed it. Yeah, me too.
Also, Kevin, I'm going to quote Maggie from Crashing Through the Snow. It would behoove you to hire me as your graphic designer.
Yes. And if I may behoove, and you would do that at KristinFinger.com, is that correct?
That's correct.
There it is. Yeah, I guess I am editing this one. I hate you, Kristin Finger. Also, it would behoove you to like this video, bing, and subscribe to this YouTube channel. And every time Kristen and I do a video, whether it's a Hallmark movie, a Marvel show, a Marvel movie, or perhaps John Turturro's Lost Archive film, I don't know how you'd say that, Brain Donors, it'll happen one day. So check out the channel for future.
I can't wait.
That's it.
Whatever we're doing. Yay, we did it! Merry Christmas, and a happy July. Merry Christmas.